We don't have anybody that represents us any longer. There's no black people. Forget about Ben Carson. Forget about other African Americans that work in the Trump administration. But there's not a black president. So it's all over for African Americans, all over for minorities. I don't see anybody that looks like me anymore. I never, as a white guy, all right, and all the time that Barack Obama was in the White House, did I ever think to myself, oh, my God, he doesn't look like me. He doesn't represent me, though I did not like a lot of his policies. I was happy for him. I was so happy and excited when he got elected because his speeches were great. They were electrifying. I had no idea how he was going to do things that he was going to do, but, we've heard that from other politicians. But people were very emotional, and they were very hopeful, very optimistic that maybe a change of the guard, the change of just all white presidents, and for the first time, the first biracial president, African-American, hey, let's do it. Let's change it. If we can bring some hope and some change and get things, the tide turning, and that would be awesome. But folks, nothing of the sort happened. Home ownership went down, unemployment went down, but you know what went up? Trillions of dollars, the national debt. He added more to the national debt than all presidents combined. Every single administration, do your work. Fact check it. Trillions of dollars, folks, on ridiculous, bureaucratic endeavors that never materialized. You would have thought during Barack Obama's 8 years, you wouldn't have a gasoline engine. You'd be riding bicycles. Remember Bill Clinton? Bill Clinton wanted, you'll be riding bicycles. Yeah, no, I don't do Clinton very well anymore. But you get the point. He didn't do what he said he was going to do, didn't do it, left America in shambles with low wages, high unemployment, tons on welfare, on accountability, veterans not getting the care, depleted military, the Middle East in flames, diplomats dead. Don't forget about Benghazi. And meanwhile, loading his pocketbook up before he leaves the White House. Let me give myself a raise on the way out. I think he gave himself more than a raise, folks. He burned our country, cooked our country, screwed our country. He didn't do anything for minorities. He didn't do a thing for minorities. As a matter of fact, he put them back further, and I feel sorry for minorities because of him. He didn't do anything. He stoked the fires of hatred. He divided our country more than ever, and that's why we have this backlash. That's why we have the animosity. That's why we have the hatred. They're directing their anger and discontentment with the way things are in our country because he did not do anything. What he did was he divided us, and he stoked the flames. He didn't believe in the police. He didn't believe in the government. And what you believed in, you didn't build it. You didn't do this. You didn't do anything. And nor did he do anything. American exceptionalism, didn't want to tout it. NASA, he wanted to travel around and do religion with Muslims. That was what he did Muslim. He weren't reaching for the stars, weren't building a moon colony. He was preoccupied with other things that had nothing to do with reality. Folks, reality is not always pretty. And what Donald Trump is having to contend with right now is a bunch of failed policies and leftist lunacy that has left our country in shambles. And there's a lot of folks hurting out there, and a lot of people are listening right now to the radio. Hope's on the way, folks, and hope is in Washington, D.C. right now. We knew we had a fight ahead of us, and we fought to get Donald Trump into the White House. He's there. We got to continue letting our voices be heard. Do not give up. America is worth it. Listen to some old Ronald Reagan tapes on his vision for America, the bright city on a hill. Folks like Neil Diamond says, they still come into America today. They love America. We're still great. We can be greater, but it's as people. And let's get together, let's band together and do what's right to get our country on better footing. We got to do it right now. But remember, it starts with you and me working together and telling the truth, even if it hurts. And unfortunately, for the snowflakes, it does hurt. But folks, reality is reality. Thanks so much for tuning in today. If you like the show, please share the show, and please support the show. We're 100% listener supported. We appreciate your donations at forthepeopleshow.com. All the best. May God bless.